Hello. Oh, volume. Okay, that should be all right. I saw a video last night on YouTube and I haven't stopped thinking about it because it's got right up my nose. So it's about Brexit, or really it's about the EU, the European Union. And I've been doing a bit of research and looking at some timelines and stuff. And what I've done is I have very basically written down what has happened for the United Kingdom since 1969. And this is all leading up to something, so please bear with me. You'll be amazed by this and probably disgusted. I hope you will be. Don't go out to disgust people, but I was disgusted, so I'm sure you will be. So in 1969, negotiations for the United Kingdom to join the EEC took place. And the EEC was created to integrate the member states, to integrate them economically, so that trade and so on would be easier. Now remember, now it's called the EEC, the European Economic Commission? Club? So in 1973, the United Kingdom joined the EEC. In 1975, I was 5 years old at that time, there was a vote in the United Kingdom on whether the public wanted to continue membership or not with the EEC, and it was a 67% yes to a 33% no. So the UK stayed in the EEC. In 1987, the Single European Act was signed, and this was created to create an internal market without frontiers, which means the free movement of people, goods, services and money within Europe, within the member states, so that people could travel freely from, I don't know, Belgium to France, so on and so forth, without the problems. And this also with trade and goods and so on. In 1991, the Maastricht Treaty was signed, and the Maastricht Treaty was that agreement that there should be a single currency, one form of money within the member states, and that form of money was the euro. And at the time, John Major, who was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, made an opt-out clause for the United Kingdom so that they could still be a member of the EEC but not have to have the euro. In 1993, the European Union was formed, what we know as the EU, the European Union. And along with that came a council of ministers, and they are not religious ministers. These are people who are unelected by the public, they are unaccountable, and they can't be fired. We don't elect them, but yet they sit in power over us and decide what we can and cannot do, and we can't fire them. We can't complain about them. In 2002, the euro, the euro, was introduced into the United Kingdom for testing. I think there were 5 tests, and the British public thankfully said, no, we want to stay with the British pound, and that's what they did. Fast forward to today, 2018, and Brussels, the European Union, is now running the United Kingdom. And the power, or the main power, driving the EU are France and Germany. Now, I know this is all very quick and I'm going down these bullet points, but I will leave a link to the video that I saw last night in the description, and I suggest you watch it because it's absolutely horrifying. Horrifying. I thought I've got an itchy nose. So, again, the European Union is run by people that we don't elect, and we can't sack them. That's a bloody big fly. No. This means that the government in the UK, Theresa May and the Parliament and all of that, have no control over law, which laws Britain, the United Kingdom, shall use, because that's decided in Brussels by people that we don't elect, who don't live in Britain and don't have to live under the laws, right? They have no control over law, trade, environment, and immigration, plus a whole lot of other stuff. But if I was to go into everything, this video would be 14 hours long. So I'm just skipping it, just to give you an idea of this video that you will see. Now, I've got this all written down on a piece of paper here because I have to get it right, word for word. Okay. There was a case that went to court where a grocer, a shopkeeper for my American viewers, weighed some bananas, I think it was, on an old-fashioned weight, which was not the metric scale. And that grocer, the shopkeeper, was sent to court for doing that. Now, the judge in that case was named Judge Morgan, and he said that the British Parliament surrendered its sovereignty in 1972. This will all make sense in a minute. Politicians, when they are elected and go into Parliament and so on, they swear an oath of office, and that oath of office is to the Crown, it's to the Queen. And there was a question in this video that was asked to a man who is a constitutional expert by the name of John Bingley. And the question was, are the United Kingdom politicians entitled to abandon the rule of law by handing over the power of British governments to a foreign power? And the answer was no. There is a constitution, a Bill of Rights and Declaration of Rights, and the Magna Carta in the United Kingdom that make it quite clear that allegiance is owed to the Queen, the Crown, and that allegiance is returned by the Queen through the contract of the coronation oath to the people. That is not something that may be broken. UK politicians are not entitled to break their oaths of office. No government, with or without a popular mandate, may transfer sovereignty on a temporary or permanent basis to a foreign power that owes no allegiance to the British Crown and is unaccountable to the British public. So what that is saying basically is the politicians back then who decided to hand over power of the United Kingdom to unelected officials in Brussels have gone against what stands in the British Bill of Rights, Declaration of Rights, and the Magna Carta. They're not allowed to do it. So all of this talk about staying in the EU, leaving the EU, and all of that is wiped because it shouldn't have happened in the first place. It's not lawful. What can you say to that? To me, that was an absolute shocker. That the people of the United Kingdom have been played. They have been hoodwinked and they have been thrown to the wolves by people, elected members of Parliament, thrown to the wolves by these people who we elected. And they've done something, and they continue to do something that they are not allowed to do. Brussels has no allegiance to the Crown. So what's the problem? There should be a riot. There should be a riot about this. There really should. All of these Remainers, the people who want to remain in the EU, are simply in the head. If you know somebody like that, please show them the video that I will link to in the description. Make them watch it and film their reaction. Because I was absolutely gutted last night when I went to bed. I was really upset about that. It really upset me. And when I woke up this morning, I couldn't think of anything else apart from that. What an absolute bunch of low-life politicians that run this country are. They should be chased through the streets and they should be imprisoned in the Tower by the Queen herself. And that's another question. The Queen. She knows this. Why? I know that she isn't supposed to involve herself politically, but when these people are running amok and pulling the wool over the British public's eyes, and this thing is just going from bad to worse, then surely the head of state, the Queen, should step in and say, that's enough. My head's going like this. So please watch the video. The link's in the description. Oh yeah, and I just want to say, there are two YouTubers who have relatively small subscribers, more than I do, but relatively small. One of them is called Winston Smith Taxes, and the other one is called Reverend Simon Sideways. Please find those two, because they have some fantastic content. They live in the UK and they often go to demonstrations where they upload videos from the demonstrations they've been to, and it's very, very interesting to watch. So please subscribe to them. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please do so now. Remember to like the video. Don't I sound like a YouTuber? Bye.